Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy the Masked Senpai Anime. And we got another reaction for you today. Today, we're reacting to fan theory, what if Jafar won? So, this is basically a theory, I guess, about like what if Jafar won in the first movie. So, no more words, let's get into it. And as usual, the original link will be in the description. The original video will be in the link in the description below.
The venue chosen is the ends of the earth.
Bye, Aladdin! Jafar is insane!
What if Jafar won?
Yeah.
This is fanscription.
Fanscription, alright. Oh, that's a cool logo right there. That's cool.
Jafar is at least near the top of many fans' lists of the best villains the Mouse House has ever produced.
Hang on, guys. I got a call. I'll be right. Hey, Mama.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, what's up to?
I don't know. It's just sitting down in the chair taking a break from the weeds.
Good. Okay. Might want to eat some of that spaghetti for lunch. Because that'll be a good, good food for getting the energy.
Yeah.
If you want to heat it up in the pan, just get,
Yeah, because the microwave doesn't. Yeah, because the microwave doesn't work.
Patrick's bringing us a new microwave this weekend, so.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So, okay, I was just checking in. I got my graduation card, my thank you card mailed, and yeah, so I'm just, the kids are at lunch. We did a lot of cleaning in our classroom this morning, so yeah, it's pretty good today so far. Okie dokie. Call me if you need anything, alright?
Alright, I will.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Hey, I was going to tell you, I talked with someone else who's had people going over to BYUI, and then I talked with the housing people. She called this morning, and she said that they're looking like they're going to, have things more back to normal for next year, for next fall, and whatnot. So it's up to you if you want to try for fall and go over there for fall semester and see what you think.
I can think about it more today.
Say it again.
I can think about it more today if you want me to.
Yeah, think about that some more. And also think about your degrees, like which one sounded intriguing to you. Maybe pray about it too. And pray about this house going over there for fall and see what you think about that. And I told her she said we just need to finish our application and then she could get a lease to sign and we could put our deposit down so we can hold your spot.
Alright, Mama.
If you want to. Otherwise we can do it for winter. So, you think about that, okay? And we can chat about it later.
Alright, Mama.
Alright, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Alright guys, I am back. Sorry about that, my mom called. College stuff, because I'm going to be going to college pretty soon. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
In spectacular fashion at the end of the first Aladdin film, he did make a comeback in 1994's Return of Jafar.
Yep, he did.
While you can argue the quality of that direct-to-video sequel, Jafar being at the center of it says a lot about the former royal vizier's popularity. But what if, like Scar early on in The Lion King, Jafar achieved victory and became leader of the kingdom he was trying to conquer? What if our heroes failed and Agraba succumbed to the dark reign of a sorcerer sultan? What would become of Jasmine, her father, Genie, and Aladdin?
Well, Jasmine's father would be dead, basically. He's a buffoon.
Disney Elseworlds is here to answer those questions.
Alright!
So, with the same pieces in play, and the same spirit in mind, let's craft a darker
Jafar was pretty crazy.
Arabian Night.
Yep, alright, let's do this.
Most of the first film remains the same. Our changes don't
Obviously.
start until Aladdin is jettisoned out of Agraba.
Yeah.
When the magic carpet tries to join Aladdin and Abu before they're sent off, Jafar catches it with a wave of his magic and unravels carpet then and there. Thus,
Yeah, well, I'm curious why Jafar didn't do that. He knew that probably wouldn't kill him, and that the magic carpet would have saved him. So why didn't he kill the carpet?
there is no immediate way for Aladdin to return to save his
Yep,
home.
there is no
The
immediate
shot
way.
of Jafar laughing over the Sultan and Jasmine lingers for a bit longer as we fade to black.
All right.
That would be the end of the first Aladdin film. Now, instead of Return of Jafar as the sequel, we're going with a direct continuation of the first film's storyline.
All right.
We open part 2 on the palace tower landing in the snow. Aladdin is in the middle of a blizzard on the other side of the world.
Yep.
He finds Abu, but without carpet, he's stranded.
Yeah.
I made a mess of everything. Somehow. I gotta go back and set things right.
Aladdin
Yep.
walks and walks and,
And
walks
walks
more.
and walks.
Trying his best to keep Abu warm, our hero is determined.
But that is a blizzard here. That is a blizzard.
Too much for him. After a while, he faints from exhaustion
Yep.
and the cold.
Uh-huh.
A figure close by hears the loud crunch of the snow and walks up to Aladdin and Abu's nearly lifeless
Wait,
bodies.
who-
We cut to a cave lit
Who's the stranger that helps him?
by a dim fire. The unforgiving wind howls outside as Aladdin awakens. Groggy, he sees the figure, cloaked from head to toe, cooking food on a fire.
What is he, a monk?
You're alive.
Aladdin's memories come flooding back to him. Jasmine! He tries to stand, but finds he's too weak.
Well, yeah, you're weak.
Oh, take it easy, young man.
Who are you? Where am I?
I'm Vadik. And you are a long way from home.
Yep.
Aladdin goes on to explain some of his situation, but Vadik is not inclined to believe him.
Genies, princesses, magic carpets, and a talking parrot. Sounds like a tall tale
It does, cause like he's on the other side of the world. They probably don't have stuff like that there.
to me. But you and your monkey survived all by yourselves out there. That means you're tough. A survivor. The organization I work for is always on the lookout for people of your caliber. You
Like,
should think
what organization is that?
about joining up. It's not like you have anywhere else to go.
That's true.
Just need to get back to Agraba.
That's on the other side of the
Aladdin
world.
spots a golden staff with a bright green gem.
Ooh.
Exposed in the satchel Vadik was carrying.
Is that the that's the Oracle, isn't it?
All the way out here by yourself anyway. The traveler notices what Aladdin saw and packs away the staff.
Tell you what, you come back with me and talk to our leader. He's a wise man. I bet he could help you.
Maybe he'll
don't
believe
know.
Aladdin.
Have it your way. The storm's just picking up.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Aladdin looks
No,
outside
he
to see
won't.
the blizzard is even more furious.
Yeah, it's a blizzard, and he's from a desert.
All right, I'll go.
Good. We leave it on.
Vadik then snuffs out the fire in the dark cave.
All right.
Back in Agraba, it's several weeks later.
Okay.
The situation is much the same as it was in the movie. Jafar is in total control.
Yep.
His sorcery strikes fear into the kingdom as he rules from on high.
Okay.
Jasmine is his personal servant, and Genie is
Of course. Low key, guys, I found Jasmine very, very hot. And when she kissed Jafar, basically, that made, me have like a hard cobra, if you know what I mean. Then I found she was 15. I was like, holy shit, she's very developed for a 15-year-old.
always kept close by.
Yep.
It is revealed that Jafar's first official act as ruler was to throw the former sultan into the dungeon.
Okay.
He's not been heard from since, and his fate is deliberately kept from
He's
his
most
daughter.
likely dead.
Jasmine is defiant, but her spirit has been wounded by rumors of her father's likely death. Jafar tries a few times to get her to marry him, but she refuses. This latest time leads Jafar to a different course of action.
I wish for Princess Jasmine to
Fall
fall
desperately in love with me.
Genie tries to explain that's one of the three things he's not able to do.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
goes on to tell Jafar the other two rules.
I can't kill anybody.
Yeah, so don't ask.
Rule number 3.
I can't bring people
Frank, back from the dead. It's not a pretty picture.
I don't like doing it.
Jafar snaps at Genie, calling him worthless. But then he catches himself. Genie may be bound by the rules of the lamp.
But he's not. Jafar is a sorcerer, so he could have made Jasmine fall in love with him without Genie.
But he's not. Jafar's power is the greatest any human on Earth possesses.
Yep.
He's no genie, but he's also not subject to the same limitations.
Yep.
If you won't marry me, princess, maybe another member of your royal family will.
Huh?
He conjures up as much black magic as he can, and Genie can tell what he's about to do. He tries to stop the sorcerer, warning him that there's a reason genies have rules. Jafar shuts him up by sending him the lamp and banishing him to an isolated tower in the palace. Jafar goes mad, letting out an almost demonic laugh. Green mist fills the room as a figure forms in the center.
Who's the figure?
Cracks and thunder roars. Suddenly, everything stops. Jafar goes to the figure and turns her around. The woman looks like an older version of...
Oh, shit. Did he bring back Jasmine's mother? Fuck. That's not...
Jasmine. She seems lost and confused.
My queen, welcome back.
Oh, shit!
Jasmine is horrified to see her mother, we'll call her Aida, back from the dead.
Fuck.
Let me explain. Agraba is my kingdom, and you are my bride.
The queen looks to her daughter.
Jasmine? Where is your father?
He's dead.
The end of that question sounds strange. Jasmine's mother begins to decompose before her very eyes.
What the fuck?
Jafar steps back. The queen uncovers her face to reveal a half-rotted shell of her living self.
Shit!
Jafar is disgusted.
Fuck!
Guards, remove this hideous monstrosity from my
That's probably why genies can't do that. Fuck.
palace. If I ever lay eyes on her again, it will be your heads.
The guards are also taken
Fuck!
by Aida's appearance, but they do their jobs. The queen makes eye contact with Jasmine as she's removed.
Shit!
We see them toss her outside the gates. The people of Agraba are terrified as the queen quickly grabs a cloak left by one of the fleeing citizens. She covers up and disappears into the city.
So, basically, she's slowly dying back? Is she slowly dying, or is she just like that, like a zombie?
Back in the palace, Jafar is enraged.
This is never to be spoken of again.
Yeah, I would...
Remaining guards, still shocked by what just happened, straighten up. Jafar looks to Jasmine, who can't put her horror into words.
Yep.
The sorcerer has nothing to say and storms off. Jasmine drops to her knees and weeps. Vadak and Aladdin are shown traveling across different terrains as time passes.
Yeah.
They finally get to a large sea with a mountain in the distance.
Wait a second. Oh, fuck. Is this guy one of the 40 thieves? Because, like, keep in mind, this is before Aladdin knew his father was alive and before he met the 40 thieves.
Open sesame!
It's the 40 thieves.
Splits and Aladdin is amazed. We'll say
Shit.
this version of the Den of Thieves is located somewhere in East Asia. The pair make their way into a massive cave where ancient statues line the walls.
Shit.
A large group welcomes Vadak home. These are the 40 thieves, and their king, Kasim, steps out to collect the staff Vadak retrieved from the mountain. Aladdin is given dirty looks by the thieves, but Vadak vouches for him and introduces him to Kasim. The king can immediately sense some sort of connection, but can't quite place it. Encouraged by Vadak's endorsement, Kasim tries to talk Aladdin into joining the group, as they're currently one member down. When Aladdin brings up Agraba, everything changes. The king is from Agraba and knows it well, but he hasn't been back in years.
I came back to Agraba one night, but I couldn't find my wife.
Yep.
Or my son.
Uh-huh.
My family was lost forever.
Kasim is taken aback at how open he is with the young man. Aladdin says he never knew his father, and only one thing was left behind by him, a dagger. Once the king sees the dagger, he knows the truth. Aladdin is his son.
Yep.
They embrace and are ecstatic at the family reunion. But Kasim is hesitant to return to Agraba. He likes his life, and with his son alive, he finally feels complete. However, Aladdin can't abandon his friends and is adamant about returning. His father, selfishly, doesn't want to lose his son.
If what you're telling me is true, a sorcerer has taken over the palace and is the master of a genie. You're going to go back there and do what exactly?
What are you gonna do, Aladdin?
I don't know. If you and your men helped, we could...
Aladdin! Ha! We're talking about the 40 thieves here, not a revolutionary army.
Yep, that's
No,
true.
what you need is to fight magic with magic, son.
Kasim goes on to tell Aladdin about the Hand of Midas.
Oh!
An item so powerful, it can turn anything it touches into solid gold. With its power, he thinks they can defeat Jafar and never want for anything ever
By
again.
turning him into
if Aladdin
gold.
helps his father find the hand, Kasim promises to help free Agraba of Jafar's tyranny.
Alright.
Aladdin reluctantly agrees.
Good man. Now come meet your new family.
From here, a montage begins, and
Alright.
3 years pass as Kasim and Aladdin take part in a rearranged version of A Whole New World. This time, with the lyrics and tone about Kasim showing his son new lands as they search for the Hand of Midas and
Shit.
bond as father and son.
Okay.
Sidebar, if they were to still make an Aladdin TV series in this timeline, this 3-year gap would be the place to do it.
Well,
The montage
true.
ends on the father-son duo finally finding the golden relic. In the tail end
Yep.
of an exciting adventure, Aladdin is able to retrieve the hand and passes it to his father. They see the legend was true as Kasim's cloak is turned to gold before their very eyes. They narrowly escape the booby-trapped temple it was kept in, then celebrate with the
Oh, come on, load up, you stupid
40
thing.
thieves. Aladdin is now in his early 20s with the makings of a full beard that
Wow.
matches his father's. He's over the moon that they finally have the means to return to Agraba and defeat Jafar.
Yep.
However, cautiously, Kasim pulls his son aside and they talk privately.
What is it?
Son, we're not going back to Agraba.
What?
The men won't go for it. I
Wow.
can't force them to fight a sorcerer. Even with the Hand of Midas, it's a lot to ask.
Well, forget them. We can do this together. With a hand on our side, Jafar doesn't stand a chance.
They're my family, Aladdin. What kind of a leader abandons his followers?
What kind of a father abandons his son? Kasim is cut by Aladdin's words.
Yep.
After a moment, his pride takes over.
I'm sorry for what you lost, but you can't go back now. You know that.
I'm not
Yep.
going with you. I can't.
Well, you can't
Wow.
go back.
I won't run away.
What else can you do?
The right thing. I'm your son, but I can't live your life.
Aladdin off on his
Wow.
horse, his father shrinking in the distance. Kasim stubbornly gets back on his steed and rides off in the opposite direction.
Wow.
Aladdin has been fooling himself. And the heartbreaking thing is, he knew he was. But that sense of belonging,
Wow.
family, a real home, he thought he had finally found in his father.
Nope.
But in the end, all Aladdin was doing was just betraying who he really was.
Uh-huh.
His friends needed him, and he abandoned them.
Yep.
This self-realization makes Aladdin even more determined as he begins the long road home.
Wow.
Agraba is now known throughout the land as the home of the sorcerer Sultan.
Yep.
He rules with an iron fist, and while the people of the kingdom hate him, they seldom speak up, as Jafar has snuffed out even the slightest hint of rebellion.
Wow.
Jasmine has remained his personal servant, and he still takes joy in publicly humiliating her whenever he feels like it.
Wow.
She remains defiant, but with her father long thought dead and her people in peril, there's little hope to defeat Jafar.
Yep.
Genie has been kept in the lamp all these years, still hidden away in an isolated tower of the palace.
Wow.
Jafar keeps him there just in case a third wish is ever needed. We see a couple thieves discreetly make their way up the tower, looking to steal the lamp. They get close when 2 palace guards seize them, and a voice is heard in the darkness.
Another day, another defiance.
Wow.
Jafar steps out of the shadows as the men beg for their lives.
When will you people learn to respect authority?
His eyes turn
Shit.
red, and his snake staff glows with magical energy. Outside the palace,
They're dead.
we hear screams of agony as people on the street look up in horror. It's
Wow.
taken him a few very difficult months, but Aladdin finally arrives at the closed gates of Agraba. Down the side of the wall,
Wow.
he searches for something. Is it still here? He finds a small tunnel hidden by a few large rocks.
Okay.
I guess some things never change.
Okay, here
Aladdin
we go.
pops up on the other side of the wall and has returned home. He covers up his face
Come
with
on.
his cloak and makes his way into the city.
Okay, we
He's
should do
shocked
this.
And saddened by the state of the once great kingdom.
Yep.
While Agraba always had its problems, Aladdin being exposed to the worst of them, the city was never in such decay and utter hopelessness.
Now it is
The
now.
place is half destroyed, and most people look like they're starving.
Make way for the Sultan!
At the sound of that booming voice, the people rush to their feet and begin to cheer.
Wow.
Parade walks by with Jafar sitting atop an elephant with Iago on his shoulder. His guards flank the procession as Aladdin watches his enemies seemingly imitate the Prince Ali entrance from years ago.
Shit.
Jafar loves the adulation and throws a few coins into the crowd as he passes by. A group of people near Aladdin fight over the coins as he's pushed into the last guard. As the
Jeez.
procession goes on, this guard angrily turns around and is revealed to be Razul.
Shit.
Aladdin is on the ground and his cloak has fallen off his face. It takes him a minute to see past the beard, but the guard recognizes him.
Fuck.
Straight rat!
Aladdin gets up and runs away, but Razul's words strike fear into the streets.
Whoever lets that man by will answer to the Sultan!
Shit.
5 men dogpile Aladdin before he can get away. Razul
Damn.
stands over him.
You're coming with me.
The guard brings Aladdin to a building on the outskirts of the city and throws him inside. It's pitch black before a torch lights up the room.
Fuck.
Jasmine's mother is shown surrounded by
So is she kind of on Aladdin's side and like Jasmine's mother's side? Because the mother is part. I'm just gonna
10
watch.
men, her face covered by a veil.
Who are you?
Who's asking?
The Queen of Agraba. Now answer the question.
Queen of Agraba? Jasmine told me she's dead.
You speak my daughter's name? How do you know her? Answer now or be turned over to the usurper.
Sensing Jasmine's familiar pugnacious attitude, he knows she's telling the truth.
Wow.
My name is Aladdin, but your daughter knew me as Prince Ali. The Queen's guards begin talking amongst themselves. They recognize Aladdin as the princess's former betrothed.
Prince Ali? I've heard the stories. They told me Jafar killed you years ago.
Nope.
Then I guess you're not the only one who cheated death. The Queen and Aladdin are caught up on each other's situations. Inspiring others by her true claim to the throne, Aida is the leader of an underground resistance.
Okay, there we go.
Jafar and reclaim Agraba. Over the next few days, they're able to recruit even more people.
There we
with
go.
The promise of the returned Prince Ali.
Rebellion.
As evidenced by Razul, the resistance even have informants in the palace. Altogether, through a few more secret meetings, they come up with a plan.
Shit,
Aladdin
here we
is
go.
to be brought into the dungeons by Razul. From there, he'll open Jafar's secret passage that was shown to him years before and let in a handful more resistance fighters, the Queen among them. They are to distract the guards stationed at the lamp while Aladdin retrieves it. Meanwhile, Razul will sneak the Queen inside the throne room to retrieve Jasmine before it gets too dangerous.
There we go.
They're expecting a fight with Jafar, they're just not sure when or where it will occur. They make no bones about the fact that this is a long shot, but they're willing to do what it takes to take down Jafar and save their
There we
home.
go.
Things go according to plan until Aladdin sees another figure in the dungeon with him. Withering away, but still mentally fit, this man recognizes Aladdin.
It's the Sultan!
Jasmine's father.
It's Jasmine's
the true
father!
Sultan. Thought dead by Agraba, Jafar has kept him alive for ransom should things go south with
Wow.
his reign. Not even the guards knew his true identity. When Aladdin lets the Queen and her guards into the palace, she refuses to meet with her husband. Aida wants the Sultan to remember her as she was, not this unnatural force Jafar has turned her into.
Okay.
One of the guards is tasked with helping the Sultan out of the dungeon while the others continue on with the plan.
There we go.
Aladdin tactfully makes his way up to the tower where the lamp is hidden. 2 of the resistance fighters lead the guards away, and Aladdin is given a clear shot.
There we go.
Meanwhile, in the throne room, Razul escorts Jafar away for his daily parade. This is when the Queen and her men retrieve Jasmine.
Okay.
Their reunion is brief as they hurry to escape the palace. Just as Aladdin touches the lamp, Jafar can feel something is wrong.
Oh.
He snaps his fingers and transports Aladdin and the lamp into the throne room.
Shit.
He re-enters to see his old foe.
Oh!
He rips away the lamp with his magic.
After all these years, the street rat returns.
Yeah.
Should have skinned you alive, boy!
In a desperate attempt, Razul tries to stab Jafar in the back. The sorcerer senses this and through his magic, redirects the sword into his guard's belly.
Fuck!
He falls.
Well, he's dead.
So, this is a conspiracy, is it? Who else dares
Yep.
to stand against the might of your sultan?
You are not the Sultan.
Queen Aida steps out in plain sight. While he's distracted, Aladdin and the handful of resistance fighters jump the sorcerer. They
Come
try to
on!
take him down while Aladdin reaches for the lamp. but Jafar is too powerful.
Oh!
Knocks them all to the ground and looks at the queen.
I should have known.
Shit.
You repulsive cockroach! If your family won't learn obedience, your deaths will inspire the rest of the world to fear.
Fuck!
But first, the street rat. I assure you, I am thoroughly going to enjoy this.
Jafar
kill
lifts
ya.
Aladdin into the air as his snake staff glows. Just then, the doors to the throne room swing open and a large group enters. Aladdin recognizes them as the 40 Thieves.
It's the 40 Thieves! Is his father actually coming to save him?
They surround Jafar and distract him as Qasim jumps onto the sorcerer's back and touches his face with the hand of Midas.
Midas!
Dad? Jafar
Yeah!
throws him off, but it's too late. He slowly turns into a solid
Gold statue!
the lamp still in his hand. After a moment, Aladdin checks on his father.
You came back. What kind of a father would I be if I didn't?
The father and son share a look of understanding.
There we
and
go!
embrace. Just then, a faint yell is heard coming from the statue. The golden figure explodes and Jafar is free.
Are
The
you-
effort
Are you fucking kidding me? It did not work? Is he that powerful?
has exhausted him and he breathes heavily. In the chaos, the lamp slides to the other
Okay, so he's weakened by... He's weak because he took a lot of power
side.
to get out of the gold.
Two hands are shown picking it up. The sorcerer is furious.
Fools! You think your little trinket had a chance of stopping me? Agraba is mine!
Shit!
He creates a ring of fire around him and keeps everyone back. Then fight me yourself, you cowardly snake!
A snake, am I?
Here we go!
Perhaps you'd like to see how snake-like I can be.
There we
Jafar
go!
is transformed as the freedom fighters and the 40 Thieves try futilely to battle him. Just then, the room fills with blue smoke and bright flashes of light. Some of the smoke clears, and
Genie!
is seen sitting at a desk writing a Dear John-esque letter. He seems very emotional as sappy music plays in the background.
Dear Jafar,
Wow!
I know it's been way too long since I last wrote you. I've been staring at this blank page for the last 3 years. Please forgive me for what I'm about to say, and know that this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
What?
My life without you has no meaning. But the truth is, you're the ugliest man who's ever walked the face of the earth, and I found someone else.
More of the smoke dissipates, and we see that Jasmine has the lamp.
Oh, shit!
I wish for Jafar to be stripped of his power and strength.
Why, you little...
Jafar, still in his snake form,
Yep.
lunges forward at Jasmine just as Genie zaps
But
him.
Genie
Bright lights
zaps him.
flash, and when the smoke clears,
He's a man!
looks old, thin, and frail,
Yep.
with a long white beard and no hair on his head.
Wow.
He's been transformed into his disguise from the original movie.
Wow.
But now looks this way permanently.
Jafar, I sentence you to walk the desert for the rest of your days. If you ever
Wow!
will be your head.
A few of the freedom fighters take Jafar out of the palace as Abu grabs Iago, following them. On their way out, the true sultan, helped by one of the freedom fighters, enters the throne room and passes Jafar, giving him a dirty look.
Wow!
The remnants of Jafar's magic fade away. The palace is returned to normal. Magic carpet reappears. And Jasmine's mother begins to fade away.
Oh, wow.
She removes her veil to reveal her healed face.
Mother! Genie, is there anything we can do?
Nope!
Genie solemnly lowers his head.
Nope, there's
It's all
nothing.
right, Jasmine. This is how things are supposed to be.
But I just got you back.
You don't need me, daughter.
You don't need you, yeah.
Everything you need is already inside you.
Yeah,
The
there we
Sultan
go.
walks up next to Jasmine to see his wife fading away. They exchange a tearful smile.
Take
Wow.
care of each other. I love you both so much.
With that, her image disappears.
Okay.
Aladdin and his father tearfully look on, realizing how lucky they are to have found each other. It's a bittersweet moment as we dissolve to several weeks later. Jasmine's second wish was used on returning all of Agraba to a pre-Jafar state.
Okay.
The streets are alive again, and the kingdom is in a position to correct the mistakes of the past and be more prosperous than ever.
Okay,
The town
there we
paid
go.
The 40 Thieves well for their help as they left shortly after Jafar was defeated. Qasim, however, has decided to stay.
Okay.
He's put in charge of helping the poor of Agraba and trying to make sure no one goes hungry again. Aladdin and Jasmine's relationship isn't what it was, but things may be slowly heading back in a romantic direction. She lets
Alright.
Aladdin use his third wish, and with it, he frees the genie. We then get a scene similar to the original film. The goodbyes are emotional, especially with Aladdin.
Yep.
Genie flies off, and we see a shot of Jafar and Iago miserably walking in the desert. They look up at the blue streak racing by and lower their heads in defeat. With the genie gone and Agraba safe, the Sultan, Jasmine, Aladdin, Kasim, Abu, Raja, and Carpet look out over the kingdom as triumphant music plays and magical fireworks are seen in the distance, spelling out the end.
Alright.
I gotta admit, this turned out to be a lot bigger in scale than when I first imagined.
Okay.
I realized this would be a long movie, especially for a Disney animated film, but that's what these videos are for. Aladdin was and is still my favorite classic Disney film, so this was a ton of fun to take a deep dive into with all the changes I was able to implement. But what did you guys think? And what do you want us to cover next on the show? Leave a comment, give us a like, and share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it.
Okay, I'll leave a like.
Don't forget to check out the Fanscription podcast, where we get to go deeper into the choices made for this series and this episode in particular.
Wow.
Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Made you look.
That was crazy. That was a pretty good, little thing if Jafar won, and then, a big long timeline of events had happened. But that was cool. Anyway, guys, that was, if Jafar won. What if Jafar won? I hope you liked it, and I will see you next time.